What's going on, folks? OBJ the Don coming at you with a video. This is I guess it's my thoughts and impressions on the Microsoft 2017 E3 press conference. I watched it earlier today. Before I left out, I took off of work because my grandmama up here from out of town, out of North Carolina. She was over at my uncle's house, so I went down there to see my grandmama. I took off work for that, but before I left, and yes, I did show up late to see my grandmama, but I figured I'd go ahead and watch this Microsoft press conference. You know what I mean? Fired up the old Xbox One S. Figured I'd get some use out of it. And my grandmama always said, always raised me to, basically she said to me, one of the good things, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard some of y'all folks say this to you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything. So, I really didn't really even feel like making this goddamn video, because I don't have many nice things to say. Normally, after a press conference, after these E3s or after some of these press conferences that they do throughout the year or whatever, I'm able to just go off the cuff, off the top of the head, and I remember everything that, interests me, and I automatically remember it, and I'm able to relay it to you all, just going off the cuff. I don't need no notes, no nothing. But after I left after the show, and went to see my grandmama, came back, I had to watch it over and actually take some notes, because I couldn't really, it was a couple of games that I remembered, which are multiplats, and then I know it was some smaller games that I definitely caught my eye, but I was trying to make sure I wasn't tripping of what I just saw, and I don't want to just bash shit, but I still got to keep it. I got to keep it real, and I was searching for basically positive things to say about this press conference. I got to tell you, that shit is hard. But I guess I have some positives here. The streaming on Mixer. This is my first time using Mixer. The streaming is top notch. I definitely believe that service is definitely better than Twitch, as it stands right now. I think that service. Now, I haven't actually used it for streaming or anything, but I mean, me personally streaming. But yes, I was able to get the stream in 4K on the Xbox One S. However, stream 4K ain't exactly like, from a Blu-ray disc or whatever, but it did look crisp and clear nevertheless. So basically, Mixer, that's a positive thing. Mixer is a hell of a service. I think they on to something right there with Mixer. But, we want to know all about these games. Okay, so they started off with, Forza. Forza 7, another Forza. Forza 7 actually looked very good, very, very good. It's not a surprise. All the Forzas look good. Definitely look nice. Being streamed in 4K and whatnot. That is 4K 60, and if I'm not mistaken, everything throughout that press conference, I think that was the only 4K 60 game there was that I know of. Okay, which, it looked good. And from my observation, just off the break, the multiplats, they did show a couple of, I'm talking about like big AAA multiplats that they showed. Metro Exodus, Assassin's Creed Origins, Anthem, which is definitely nice. And you know, Shadow of War or whatever. These games on that 4K stream, nothing stood out that cried you need to buy the Scorpio. You know, you had to go buy the Scorpio in order to really enjoy and the way the games look and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I seen nothing, and this is what I mean. First party studios. This is why first party studios are so important, and the talent level of first party studios is so important. It's because first party studios actually really get the juice out of your system, and they really are able to make games and basically cultivate that power of a system and create games that set themselves apart visually, you know, from others. Multiplats since they have to code for all the systems, they don't. Yeah, they'll give you 4K. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you little increments of improvements here and there, but they don't really put their heart and soul into dedicating, getting all the power out of a dedicated system. You see what I'm saying? Like a first party studio does. So to me, Forza 7 was the best looking, you know, game other than Anthem. Was the Forza 7 was the best looking game. You know what I mean? And it's a racer. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. To me, it's like, okay, none of this that they showed screamed you needed to go, even with a 4K TV, that you needed to go get a Scorpio. If you already got a Pro or you already got an Xbox One S, it didn't. None of that screamed anything to me, because I seen nothing that was on a level. Other than those two that I mentioned, I seen nothing that was on the level of a Horizon Zero Dawn visually. I seen nothing that was on the level of that. So, I mean, the true 4K phrases and all of that shit, beware of the Scorpio, and showing goddamn microchips, tweeting out microchips and shit all damn month and whatnot, and hyping this shit up. True 4K this and true 4 that shit really, from what I seen stream wise, did not carry over well visually over a damn stream, even though it was supposedly streamed in 4K. So maybe I got to get my hands on some of this shit, go into Best Buy or wherever they might have this shit set up at, and be able to look at it from there. Watch I'll check and see if, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, even if I look up 4K on YouTube, it's still going to be streamed. I mean, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm at a loss for words. Like, I was at a loss for words after I watched this conference for quite some time. Like, I could type into Twitter and let y'all know my thoughts, but if y'all was here and we was trying to have a conversation, I wouldn't even be able to have a conversation with you, because I was seriously at a loss of words after I watched this. You know what I mean? I don't want to say the conference. I'm not saying the conference is trash. It's not. It wasn't trash. Okay. But there were a few games that I definitely caught my attention. But these are games that wouldn't catch everybody's attention. You see what I'm saying? When you're talking about the masses. And basically, with them hyping up the Scorpio, you would think that this event here, this year, you want to push the Scorpio. You want people to buy your system. You would think that they would be showing us, they would be showing us some highly intensified graphical AAA exclusives or whatever games, you know what I mean, that would really take advantage of the power, and really we would be watching it and saying, wow, I have to buy a Scorpio for that. These games that caught my eye, other than the few multiplats that they showed, these games that caught my eye are not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. So I won't call the actual press conference trash, but it wasn't good at the end of the day. Black Desert looked dope. Cuphead, I'm still interested in that. Code Vein, which I don't know if all these are multiplats or some of them exclusive. It was using language like console exclusive, launch console exclusive. I don't know what the hell it is, but you know how these companies like to word things. So I ain't even gonna get on them about the way you word. And I mean, everybody words shit differently, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it was pretty damn strange the way they were wording shit. But yeah, Desert looked good. Cuphead looked good. Code Vein, which I had my eye on. I know for sure that's a multiplat. I had my eye on that for a while. And one of them called Ashen. Ashen. I hope I'm saying that right or whatever. That caught my eye. Second Ori or whatever. I didn't play the first one, but I've heard some very good things about that. So I always said that I will get around to playing that. I just haven't got around to doing it. But it looks pretty dope, especially with the HDR and everything. And that's pretty much what caught my eye that necessarily wasn't shown last year, except for like Cuphead. But like I said, I don't know what's exclusive and what's not, I don't know what the fuck. They ran through Crackdown. I don't know, Crackdown, I don't know what the fuck, but I could have swore when I seen that game last time, it looked better than that. And they didn't even show none of the destruction. They didn't show none of that shit. Something's going on there. Something is definitely going on. We need some more information on that. They didn't even really give us gameplay at all. They had Terry Crews up there shooting shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But basically, you would have thought after waiting all this time, and this is what I'm talking about, when these Xbox fanboys say, well, Sony shows these games that are 2-3 years away and all of that bullshit. And we've been waiting for Crackdown for quite some motherfucking time. We've seen plenty of gameplay on Sea of Thieves. I mean, there's Sea of Thieves gameplay all over fucking YouTube and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't need to see actual more fucking gameplay of Sea of Thieves. We didn't even need to see that shit. But they chose to show more gameplay of Sea of Thieves, rather than more gameplay of Crackdown, which is supposed to be basically really your biggest title this year. Which I think they're launching that around these big ass multiplats like Call of Duty and Battlefront, and that shit probably is going to die. Okay, that shit is probably gonna die. Okay, but nevertheless, yeah, something is going on with Crackdown. Something's going on. Yes, if you are an Xbox fan and a fan, and you are looking forward to that game, I would advise you to be cautiously optimistic. Be a little pessimistic on that. You know what I mean? And don't be surprised if something's going on with the way that shit was originally intended to work. Especially being that it has to still work on the Xbox One S itself. You see what I'm saying? So something's going on there. Forza, yeah, we already talked about Forza. State of Decay. State of Decay doesn't look that much better than the fucking first one. But hey, I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm still interested in State of Decay, to say the least. I'm still thinking I'll give it a go. But Sea of Thieves, I could have done without. I don't care what they do with the Sea of Thieves. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. Maybe, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that game being fun. I just don't see it. I guess anything is fun if you're doing it with a group of people or whatever, but I don't know, man. I don't know. The other games that I mentioned, Black Desert, Cuphead, Code Vein, and Ashen, is pretty much, I'm more interested in those than actual Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. You know what I mean? All of that. Um, they announced original. Excuse me. I know this is a touchy subject with some of y'all jokers, man, but they announced original Xbox backwards compatibility, and these niggas, everybody stood up and clapped and all of that shit. Boy, God damn. I don't know, man. I really, I mean, like, come on, man. The console is $500, which I don't mind the price. You know what I mean? It's the price of the original Xbox One. I pretty much said it would be that price. Anybody with not a fanboy frame of mind would have imagined that it would be that price with everything we knew was in there and what they had done and all of that shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, the price, I don't mind the price, but the thing is, if you're going to ask for that price and you're going to ask for people to buy your console in general, then you're supposed to show games that actually show the power of the console. You know what I mean? In order to get people to buy the motherfucker. And I don't, that's a big fail. I don't think they did that at all in this press conference. I don't think they did that. You know what I mean? I don't think they did that. They definitely didn't convince me to buy a goddamn Scorpio. That's for damn sure. But yeah, they were clapping for original Xbox backwards compatibility to play some games that old on a fucking $500 what's supposed to be 4K console. I just don't see why you would be excited for that, but like I said, backwards compatibility should be an option for people who actually want it. I don't give a fuck, but it should be an option. But to clap for that shit and actually, I'm just gonna leave that shit alone. They announced that you got fucking 5 games that get free. I don't know why they say free 4K patches or whatever. I don't know what that's supposed to insinuate or whatever. But that's Gears of War, Forza Horizon 3, which is my game. I like Forza Horizon 3, Killer Instinct, Halo Wars 2, and Minecraft. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. These motherfuckers. 4K Minecraft. I'm sleep, cuz. Alright, yeah. But I think it's like 30 more third-party upgrades also. Supposed to get 4K patches. What was I think it was the Division, which I think is already 4K on the Pro. What the fuck else I got here? You had Assassin's Creed, Shadow of War. You know, both of those look pretty good. I've never been really a big Assassin's Creed lover, so you know it is what it is. I've never finished one of them motherfuckers, but looks pretty decent. And Metro Exodus, I've never played a Metro. I would always go to the store and be just about to click and purchase the shit, and then I don't know. You know what I mean? But I heard they're pretty good games. Shadow of War. I haven't finished the first one of that either. But Shadow of War looks dope. And but the star of the show, which is a damn multiplat, was Anthem. And this is the one that EA alluded to, I believe at the end of their well, not at the end, but you know, in their press conference. They said we was going to see more gameplay at Microsoft's press conference. So I'm guessing they had that's the one that everybody was saying they had a big third-party game that they had the marketing to. So that's what I would imagine that would be. And yeah, yeah, that's the one that my boy Rand say that was supposed to be the Destiny Killer or whatever. And I laughed that shit off at first because I still say ain't nobody fucking with Bungie's gunplay. You know, ain't nobody fucking with Bungie's gunplay. That's like the most addictive thing in Destiny besides the loot is the gunplay mechanics of Bungie. That shit is just top notch. But that anthem, whoo, niggas are flying. I like that shit right there. That was nice. That was nice. That anthem looks beautiful. That looks dope. You know what I mean? But whoo, overall, this conference, if I had to grade it on a letter scale, because there are a few of those games, like I mentioned, Black Desert, Cuphead, Code Vein, and Ashen Ori. I want to try that. I need to buy I need to try the first one, but it did look dope. Because of that, I would give it a C plus. You know what I mean? But I could see people who don't necessarily, and most of the masses, they don't. These titles here, they're more low budget indie titles. These titles here don't really move the market for the mass market. You know what I mean? So I could see them looking at this conference, and other than the big AAA multiplats, giving this shit a D plus or some shit, or a D minus. I could see other people saying that this conference was straight up trash. And I'm, a C plus. I might be being a little goddamn generous over here. I just don't want to just straight up bash shit. But goddamn, that was garbage. Oh man, I didn't mean to call it. It was garbage. It was to a point. It wasn't garbage, but it was that woo compared to what what the hell is coming later on. It's a wrap. I mean, I know y'all. I don't care how hardcore of a fanboy you are. I don't care how hardcore of a fanboy you are. You know what the fuck is coming. It's like, yo, it wasn't a terrible conference. Yeah, it was terrible. I'm trying to be nice. God damn, I can't. Please. Okay. Microsoft fanboys out there. I know there's a lot of Xbox fans who are level-headed. They ain't even into this console war shit, none of that. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking about y'all. I would love to be doing a live goddamn podcast right now where I could get one of you motherfuckers in here and actually convince me that this shit was, convince me to be impressed by this. You know what I mean? And give me a reason why I would need to, or anybody for that matter, would need to go out and spend $500 on a Xbox Scorpio. Do you think that what was shown today was enough to convince you to go out and purchase that console? Do you really justify that? Do you really think what they showed? I mean, stepping out of your fanboy frame of mind, do you really believe that what they showed actually pushed you to buy a Scorpio? I know some of y'all Bama's just gonna fucking say, "Oh, well, I was getting it anyway. I'm buying it day one. It didn't matter what price it was. It wasn't that." I'm not talking about them crazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I'm talking about games when you look at these joints, you saying, like, I want these few titles, smaller titles that I'm talking about. I'm excited for them in a way of I'll get to them when I get to them. You see what I'm saying? They're nice titles that I do want to play, but it's titles that is like I'll get to them when I get to them. It's not, oh my God, I gotta go play that. I need to play that. You see what I'm saying? Luckily, I got an Xbox One S, and that looks to be all I'm going to need. You know what I mean? Especially after that damn conference. But I can most certainly say, even if Sony doesn't really need to do shit now. They could actually just walk on stage, show The Last of Us 2, or just God of War, whatever, and walk the fuck off stage. I mean, Microsoft did. I absolutely see why Sony was saying that they wasn't scared. They must have knew some shit. They must have had the inside track on this shit. They must have had the inside track. Because I thought for real they was jive probably just putting on, and they probably was like, we got to keep an eye on them because we just don't know. But I think after that, yeah, they damn sure ain't scared. Because my thing is, a game like, and I don't care if you want to call me a fanboy, you can assume what you want. I own all consoles. I want to be able to use all my consoles. I want to get playtime out of all my consoles. I want all my consoles to have my fingers on the controllers playing a game that I can't wait to play. Okay, so far on Sony's console, that's where the games are that I can't wait to play. Like when you see a God of War, you're like, I want to play that. I have to play that. If you don't have a PS4, you're going to go out there and get a goddamn PS4. Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, Days Gone. You know what I mean? The list goes on. And we talking about what we know about. Just what we know about. We're talking about system sellers. You know what I mean? This conference here was supposed to convince you, or not even people who already have an Xbox, but anybody, maybe some people who have an Xbox, people to upgrade, get upgrade from your it was supposed to sell you on reasons to invest in getting the console. Instead, I'm thinking that Sony needs to pay Microsoft some money, because I think this conference actually sold more PS4s than it did Xboxes. Fucking Minecraft in 4K. They making buku money on Minecraft though. I give them that shit, but God. I mean, I wish I could have given y'all a better video than this, man, but I'm just at a loss for words. I didn't think that they would absolutely knock the shit out the park and kill us with exclusive after exclusive, like big AAA exclusive. They didn't. Did they have one new first party exclusive? I don't even think they had one fucking new first party exclusive. They had Forza. Damn, bruh. Yeah, Microsoft, man, it's a wrap, man. It's a fucking wrap. It's a fucking wrap, I don't want to sound, I don't know, man. I mean, if y'all believe that this conference was good, or it convinced you to buy a Scorpio and you're excited and you're confident in that purchase or whatever, please let me know in the comments why. Okay, I seen some shit. I haven't seen too much on these websites. I haven't looked online that much. I have seen some comments on Twitter. Some of that shit made me laugh. One dude, I think Tick Podcast or whatever, he was talking about it. After what y'all saw, if y'all don't go out and get an Xbox, then y'all need to go away. Like, you're on crack, okay? And I don't mean literal crack. I mean fanboy crack. That's some corporate slavery shit. I mean, you cannot convince me that watching that conference that I should fucking just go up. You can't. There's no way, man. I mean, games are subjective. Everybody got their own taste. Everybody got their own opinions. But some shit is just what it is. Like, are there any Xbox out there trying to damage control this shit? I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, Anthem looks dope. I'm gonna try out that Metro. All those are multiplats. I mean, it's not looking good, man. Microsoft, from what all I gather from this conference is that shit is worse than I thought it was. Microsoft is in desperate need. And I mean, hear me out, folks. I'm not trying to shit on you. Microsoft, you have to agree with this. Microsoft is in desperate need for first party talented studios, for more of them. Get away from and if you have some of your studios working on shit that we don't know about, and it's good, big AAA shit, get away from I don't want to show games that ain't coming out, in such and such year. Get away from that shit. Show your fans something to really get excited for. And especially when you're trying to sell a system like this, a new system, you have to show the games that will sell the system. I think that this was a big fucking fail today in that regard. Yes, there are some titles that I definitely want to play, but it's nothing that makes me want to go out and buy a fucking Scorpio. You preached power, power, power. Get ready for the beast. Everybody was calling it the beast, putting a goddamn purple M in their name. And then you come out and do this shit. I'm sorry, but I gotta call it like I see it. I think Sony is gonna absolutely kill this shit here. If not, then this whole E3 was garbage. Garbage. You know what I mean? So far. I mean, hell, Nintendo can win this shit just with a goddamn Mario Odyssey showing. I mean, at this point. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Like the content I provide, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, folks, OBJ the Don, signing off.